Happy Monday. My name is Joyce Fields, and I do these YouTube lives Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. to 5:30 or thereabouts a.m. Pacific time. I'm 81 years old, and I'm also a TikTok veteran. I have done over 500 TikTok lives. I love doing these lives, but TikTok changed their community guidelines rules, and I thought that they would too restrictive, and so I still post on TikTok every day, and I'm still getting new followers. I have over 53,000 followers over on TikTok, and a lot of content. Like I said, I still post over there on TikTok, but um, then also TikTok started charging more. They increased the prices for subscription, So over here on YouTube, it's free to subscribe. And I'm still learning YouTube. I did my last TikTok live on Friday, August 29th. And the way that the universe lined it up, it was just absolutely magnificent. Now, I went from, I did over 500 TikTok lives. Good morning. And I love doing them, like I was saying. So I started, it's almost 2 years that I did TikTok lives. November 15th was my first one, 2023. But now here on YouTube, good morning, Shells. I did my first live on Monday, September 1st. You see how it lined up? I did my last TikTok live on Friday, August 29th, and I did my first YouTube live on Monday, September 1st, the following Monday. Now, I did Sunday through Friday when I did them on TikTok, but here on YouTube, I do Monday through Friday. I am a retired executive assistant, so this is more in line with corporate America work hours, okay? Monday through Friday, okay? So, but I've just done, I don't know how many YouTube lives since September 1st. So I'm relatively new, and I'm still learning YouTube. Now, those of you who are on my live right now, how did you learn that I was live? Did you get a message that I was doing this live, or were you just randomly scrolling through? Do you, come on, get some. Now, I don't tolerate trolls. Now, sometimes my moderators will time you out, and sometimes they will remove you. They'll do whatever they think is appropriate. So when I'll have to deal with these trolls, because I want the trolls to know, and this y'all's words. Now, I'm 81 years old. This is a relatively new word to me. When these trolls come on my lives, and they're on everybody's lives, but I want to say something to trolls that they probably have never heard before. So you see, I feel sorry for trolls. They live a very sad existence. To deliberately want to insult anybody or to cause hurt feelings or whatever your intention is, that's a very sad thing for you to be doing. You know, you are the kind of person that really needs to hear the advice that I share. I live this advice. I know that it works. And I have had trolls apologize to me right here on my lives, okay? So now don't do that, because it just shows it doesn't bother me at all. I rise above all that kind of BS. You understand? So it doesn't bother me, but it reflects on you. You don't look too smart when you do that kind of stuff. And it shows up on the screen, but you're not being cute or clever or anything. So don't do that. Sit there and listen to the advice that I share. The advice that I share, the title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. You see? Undifficult Your Life. And I'm 81 years old. I have lived the advice that I share with y'all Monday through Friday at 4 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. I have lived it. I know that it works. I'm still living it. You see? And the gift that I have been given, among many gifts, all of us are given gifts. And typically your gift is going to be something, good. Okay, good. Thank you, Mimi. I appreciate that. Typically your gift is going to be something that you enjoy and that you are good at. Okay, so that's typically what your gift is going to be. And and you can have more than one gift that the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power gave you. And one of mine is, I don't preach, I share. Okay, I don't preach, I share. I share what I do. And I live a virtually stress-free life. So, hold on, I was talking about, I live a virtual. The advice that I'm just telling y'all, I know that it works. I have used it since I was about 10 years old, and I'm 81 now. Now, I share 4 pillars of advice. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how you do it. And like I was telling y'all, I have been given this gift, and that's what I was about to say. A lot of times I go off and then I come back to wherever it was where I was, okay? So the gift that I've been given is, or one of them, one of my gifts, is the gift to be able to communicate philosophies, concepts, ideas, examples, all of that, from my mind to y'all's minds. Hey, Honda Accord. So I do it through the use of what I call helpful hand visuals. And I call them that because in one of my TikTok lives this year, one of my viewers, her name is Jessie Knott, and she said, these visuals are so helpful, quote, unquote. That's what she said. And so that is what I now call them, helpful hand visuals. She was talking about gestures that I do with my hands in combination with the words that are coming out of my mouth to communicate philosophies, concepts, all such as that, from my mind to y'all's mind. Now, a lot of y'all are sitting there on my live now saying, yeah, right, okay, or words to that effect. So, thank you. You'll see it to believe. Some of y'all say you'll have to see it to believe it, and I understand that, okay, fully. But now, and you will. I do helpful hand visuals throughout my lives, and I do helpful hand visuals in pillar number 1. So now, I'm going to start over with the pillars. Pillar number 1 is develop and maintain a positive attitude, and I tell you how you do that. It's not difficult. Remember, the title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. Share the live, y'all, because I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people, So it doesn't cost you anything to share this live, so that helps me to share the advice that I have to share with y'all with a whole lot more people. So that's pillar number 1, and I show y'all exactly how to do it. Then pillar number 2 is increase your level of patience. Oh, by the way, I don't deal with the Bible. I don't deal with Jesus. I don't deal with politics on my live. So be careful. Now, don't come back on here with talking about Jesus or the Bible or politics. I have no use for none of that stuff. Jesus is religion. I don't deal with religion. So no religion, no politics. I talk to God all day long, all day long. And God ain't got no religion. Remember that, okay? God ain't got no religion. So don't come on here talking about the Bible or talking about Jesus. You will be handled accordingly, okay, by my moderators. So don't waste your time. Sit there and listen to the advice that I share. You'll be able to use some of it, I am sure, if not all of it. So now I was talking about pillar number 2. Increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you increase your own level of patience. But I always start with the toddlers, and you'll want to hear how easy it is to teach a toddler patience. Then pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. Stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry. And I'm sure a lot of y'all can relate to it, because when you become angry, you start blubbering. You don't even remember what you said. And you start being frantic in your movement. You're just, all of that stuff. So that is, you're losing control. Stay calm. That's when you have power. You understand? So now, Spirit gives me these helpful hand visuals. I already told y'all about them. Spirit gives them to me. I don't make them up. And now, when I get to pillar number 3, the helpful hand visual that Spirit gave me for that one, when I did it in one of my lives this year, because that's when Jesse Knott said that, it blew a lot of the viewers' minds. And I did it for my man, and it blew his mind. And like I was saying, it blows my mind as well. Now, speaking of my man, me and my man have been together for 68 years. You heard that correctly. We have been together, thank you, for 68 years. We just celebrated our 58th wedding anniversary this past June 3rd. We've been together since we were 13 years old. We were both 13 years old. That's 68 years. And his name is Pap, P-A-P. His real name is Fred. And I want to show y'all this picture. This picture here I'm going to show you is, thank you. We were 25 years old. This is 1969, y'all. 1969. We were both 25 years old. Thank you. It blows my mind too, y'all. It really and truly does, that I have been with my man for 68 years. Now, this picture that I'm getting ready to show y'all now is last year. We were both 80 years old. This is our 57th wedding anniversary. We took this picture on that day, June 3rd last year. We were both 80 years old. Okay. Right there. Yeah, both 80 years old. Now here, look, 25 and 80. Yeah, 25, and it blows my mind as well. I don't take it for granted, so one of these lives I'm going to dedicate some time to. Maybe I'll do it this one, I'm not sure. Thank you. To talking about relationships, so one of the things in our relationship, in me and Pat's relationship, is I don't call him my husband, and he does not call me his wife. You understand? So we are deep in our relationship. I see, to be a husband or to be a wife is stereotypical crap, okay? And it's an insult to me if Pap calls me his wife, if he refers to me as his wife. And it's an insult to him if I refer to him as my husband, if I call him my husband. He's my man, I'm his woman. I'm not his wife. Because to us, there's stereotypical ways that husbands and wives behave. You see, and we don't do that. No kind of way. You see? So I may take some time to go into these relationship issues. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So, but now pillar number 3 is stay calm. I was telling y'all about me and my man and stuff. So that I had done the helpful hand visual for Pap, and that's how I got off onto how long we've been together. Okay, but I'm back on track. Really, I never got off track. Okay, so the helpful hand visual that I do in pillar number 3. When I did it, it blew a lot of my viewers' minds, like I was saying, and it blew Pap's mind when I did it for him, and he's still talking about it. This has been months ago, and it, like I said, it blows my mind as well. So stay tuned, and you will see the helpful hand visual that I do, I do 2. The helpful hand visuals that I do in pillar number 3. Then there are only 4 pillars, y'all. And the 4th pillar is remember the 4 words. Thank you. Thanks everybody for subscribing. I appreciate it. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, all of that stuff, that ugly stuff that can be inside of you. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. Okay? So, back to pillar number 1. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. You must do that. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. Good morning, Kyle. Now, I don't know if a lot of you, and I'm sure that some of you, have never really thought about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have: a negative attitude or a positive attitude. There is not a third one. It can't be neutral. You're going to lean one way or the other, okay? And sometimes you more than lean, all right? So, have you consciously thought about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? Come on, give me some responses there, y'all. YouTube says I have 140 people on here, so give me some responses. Do you consciously think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? A negative attitude or a positive attitude? Okay, so Alexander said, yeah, he thinks about that. Okay, you're Sapphire? Yes, okay. So, okay, wonderful. Oh, so you say, I wish. Okay. Come on, any more responses? Yeah, I totally agree. There's only 2 that you can have. Yeah, so don't let it down stay too long. Yeah, you see, that's what I'm talking about. Never came to mind. That's what Blue said, see? All right, so now, a negative attitude or a positive attitude. Only 2 attitudes that you can have. You have to choose one or the other, but you don't really choose to have a negative attitude. You understand? Listen to this, y'all. You don't choose to have a negative attitude. Here is what I have observed in my 81 years. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude is a deliberate choice. A positive attitude is an intentional choice. A positive attitude is an on-purpose choice. No such thing as neutral attitude. So, if you don't choose to have a positive attitude, you will almost certainly have a negative attitude, because what I have learned and I have observed is it's almost like it is a default, because you're not choosing to have a positive attitude, and you must choose it. It's not going to come and sit in your lap. A positive attitude takes energy. A positive attitude takes effort. But it's fun energy. It's fun effort. A positive attitude is like you have a socket in your hand, and I'm doing a helpful hand visual. You imagine a socket in my hand is this big. You plug it into your spirit. You plug it into your soul, and it electrifies you. It kicks you into being a more vibrant part of your own life. That's what a positive attitude does for you. Not can do. That's what it does for you. You are much aware of just about everything that you're doing, saying, and thinking, all of that stuff, you see? That's what a positive attitude does for you. And you must choose to have one. If you don't choose to have one, you almost certainly will have a negative attitude, because a negative attitude is not a choice. You know, you don't make that choice to have one. Most people don't say, oh, I'm going to have a negative attitude. But a lot of people will say, and here's what you say. The way you develop and maintain a positive attitude is you write a program. The way you write a program, come on, y'all, share the live. The way you write a program is you say it out loud. Say it out loud. And I don't care who's around you. It will give you an opportunity to spread positivity. Here's what you say out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. You understand? I'm going to repeat that. That's the program that you write and that you say out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. No religion on my lives, y'all. You will be dealt with accordingly. I'm saying that I don't tolerate religious stuff. The Bible, Jesus, none of that stuff. I don't care what religion it is. I don't have any use for religion. I talk to God all day long, and God ain't got no religion. No politics, no religion. Okay, so you say it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Put your feet on the path to do just that. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. Now, I am going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. You heard me correctly. Come on, share the live, y'all, because I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people, you know, to help a lot more people undifficult your life. That's what the title of my lives is, Undifficult Your Life. So you say it out loud. Now, there are those people who say you say it only in your mind, but I say you say it out loud. Because now, if you say it only in your mind, that's just one element that you are using. Now, y'all, don't put in a lot of these comments. Some people call them paragraphs. Some of my moderators call them paragraphs. So don't put in 3 lines or more. I am not going to read it. Now, normally, I see them coming up in my peripheral vision, but I don't look down there. Every once in a while, I'll look down and read some of the comments. I'll take a screenshot. But every once in a while, I'll look down. But I don't usually do that. But like I said, every once in a while, I'll look down. But I don't read paragraphs, like 3 or more lines. Don't waste your time putting them in. But, you know, you take a chance on, if I see it, if I look down and I see it, that's fine, if that's what you want to do. But I'm telling y'all, I don't normally read the comments because a lot of y'all ask questions and I don't respond. I have specific pieces of advice to share with y'all, okay? So now I'm back in the positive attitude mode. So Where was I? I was talking about negative attitude is not a choice. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, you will have a negative attitude, almost definitely. So the way you choose to have a positive attitude is you write a program, and this is the program that you write. And I was talking about the fact that some people will say, see, I remember where I was now. Some people will tell you to say it in your mind, but that's when you're only using one element if you say it in your mind. Joyce Fields is telling you to say it out loud, okay? Say it out loud. When you say it out loud, and I don't care who's around you, that's 3 elements, y'all, 3. You speak it out of your mouth, you hear it with your ears, and it gets plastered into your psyche. I'm going to remove you myself, talking about Jesus. I just removed you. I did it myself, so. All right, so now, when you say it out loud, it reinforces it in your whole spirit, all of your whole soul, you see? And this is what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Now, I told y'all I was going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. You heard that correctly. I am going to show you, and this is when I'm going to be doing my a second helpful hand visual. I did the first one with the positive attitude like a plug in your hand. So I'll be doing my second helpful hand visual in this part of develop and maintain a positive attitude. So this is what a negative attitude looks like. On a count of 3, I'm going to show you. Share the live, y'all, because I would love to share this advice with a whole lot more people. 1, 2, 3. Here's what a negative attitude looks like, y'all. Okay. These are the kind of people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. Complain, complain, complain. In the meantime, what my hands are doing is a helpful hand visual, and it's showing these are all positive elements constantly flying through the universe. Constantly, y'all, at all times. They are constantly flying through the universe, positive stuff. But they always, y'all, they always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. You heard that? Now, here is what happens when you say this program out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Here is what happens. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you what happens. 1, 2, 3. That's what happens, y'all. You see? What was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche. You see that? That's a helpful hand visual. Was I effective? Did I effectively convey that or communicate that from my mind to y'all's mind? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. YouTube says I have 190 people on here, and I'd love to have more. Oh, good. Yeah. Okay, good. Thanks, Miles. You too. Uh-huh. Okay, come on. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Wonderful. Great. That is the value of having a positive attitude. All kinds of good things happen to you when you have a positive attitude. The universe opens. Portals open up. Windows, doors, every kind of thing happens. You all have heard all of these things about, oh, thank you. You all have heard all of these things about a boomerang. Life is like a boomerang. What you put out is what comes back. You've heard about the law of attraction, you know, And I use another thing that here's another helpful hand visual. When you put out positive, positive comes back to you. When you put out positive, positive comes back to you. You put it out, it comes back. You put it out, it comes back. Now, I'm only doing that way so that y'all can see the conveyor belt that I'm talking about. But I'm only doing it like this because you can see it on the phone. This conveyor belt, imagine this, is as big as the universe. You see? It's as big as the universe. So think about it. When you put out positive, positive comes back to you. But you must, on purpose, choose to have a positive attitude. You must intentionally choose to have a positive attitude. All of these, it has to be a choice. You know, it is, and you can choose to make that program, to write that program, to say that program out loud at any minute of your life. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And put your feet on the path to do exactly that. Have a positive attitude. Develop and maintain. A positive attitude is a lifelong work of art. You know? It's a lifelong work of art. It's a lifelong process. You never get through painting it until the day you die. Okay? It's just that simple. Think about it, y'all. So, now, I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And it might be you. But like I told you, you can choose to have a positive attitude at any minute of your life. Doesn't matter what your attitude was like before you came on this live. Doesn't matter what your attitude was like 3 hours ago, yesterday, last week, or whatever. When you say out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. It means from this point forward, you can tell the people that you know, don't throw up in my face what my attitude was like before, because that's the past. I can't do anything about that. You see? So then you put your feet on the path to develop and maintain a positive attitude. I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude, and it might be you, like I said. But I'm also going to read y'all a list of words that will guide you on the path to develop and maintain a positive attitude. Now, here are the words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And like I keep saying, it could be you, but you can make that choice to step out of that negative attitude and into a positive attitude any minute of your life. For real. Now, here are the words: anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, share the live, y'all, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, and the last word is ego. Back up to the top. The very first word is anger. Anger. The very first word. Do you know people who are full of anger, people who are angry? Are you the one who is full of anger, who is angry? That is negative. How about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment, people who hold grudges? Are you the one who's full of resentment, who holds grudges? That is negative. But I'm coming back up to that one. How about lies and dishonesty? Do you know people who lie? People who are dishonest? Are you the one who is a liar, who is dishonest? That is negative too. Now back up to resentment and holding grudges. If you are full of resentment, share the live, y'all, because I would love for a whole lot more people to hear this advice that I'm sharing with y'all. If you are full of resentment, if you hold grudges against other people, I'm going to tell you something that you probably have never heard before, and that is that you are living in the past. You are living in the past. You understand? Because you are holding on to something. You are carrying it in your spirit. Something that happened, past tense. It happened. There is nothing the people who did that to you can do about it to change it. There is nothing that you can do about it to change it. You must forgive them. There is nothing else. It's cut and dried, y'all. A lot of people on my lives will say, yeah, but what if it was this? And what if it was this? It does not matter. That is an absolute. You must forgive them because you are doing damage to your own self. You understand? Look around you, open your eyes, and it might be you. People who hold resentment and hold unforgiveness and hold grudges against other people, most of them, a lot of them, not all, but a lot of them are on pharmaceutical medications. They are not aging well. They look older than they are, and all kinds of, just ugly stuff. And so that is what you are doing to yourself. You're not doing anything to punish the people that you're holding the resentment toward or the grudges against. You're punishing you because those things are all, I call them the uglies: anger, resentment, holding grudges, lying, dishonesty, regret, guilt. All of those things are what I call the uglies. And the uglies only damage the person who holds on to them. It makes a lot of sense, y'all. That's ugly stuff that you're holding inside of your spirit, inside of your soul. And it takes its toll on you, not the people you're holding the grudges against or the resentment towards. So look around you. People who are holding grudges and resentment and unforgiveness and all that ugly stuff, a lot of them are on pharmaceutical medications and they're not doing well. They're not in good health. You understand? So don't do that to yourself. You must forgive. Now, there are those who say you have to forgive and forget. Hell no. You don't ever forget, but you must forgive. And I don't care who it was or what they did. You must forgive them because, like I told you, it's helping you. It's not doing anything to them. The fact that you're holding it against them, it's not doing anything to them. It's damaging you. You must forgive. And the way you forgive, I'm 81 years old, and when I was a kid, there was no text messages, video calls, or email. None of that stuff existed. So you can use any of those technologies to forgive them. But, and forgive does not mean you let them back into your life or you come back into theirs. But that's a beautiful thing if that happens, okay? It really is good. It's a tribute to both, to all parties, okay? So, but now, if you can forgive by any of those technologies, like I was saying. Now, if you don't want to have anything else to do with them, yeah, 80 years young, okay. 81, don't cheat me out of that 1 year. I'm looking forward to 82. So if you don't want to have anything else to do with those people or that person, whomever, you can forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. You hear me? If you don't want to have anything else to do with them, you can say it out loud to the universe. Stay with me, y'all. Share the live. It doesn't cost you anything to share this live because I would love, thank you, to share this advice with a whole lot more people. And y'all sharing it will open up the opportunity. It's not a guarantee, but it opens up the opportunity. Oh, I say universe interchangeably. God, I say God, I'm talking about the universe. I say the universe, I'm talking about God. So when y'all share it, it opens up the opportunity of just, you can share the, I don't know, copy link or something like that. You don't have to send it to your friends. You can just share it to YouTube, you see? Yeah. Okay, that's right. Yes, so forgive, but don't forget. Heck yeah. So, hell no, you don't ever forget. You be an idiot, so don't do that to yourself. You don't ever forget. Keep it on the back burner. Keep it on the stove, though, okay? All right, so now you can forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. Think about this, y'all. The universe was there when the mess happened to you. I don't care if, so the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power, okay? It was there when the mess happened to you. Now, I say this every live that I do. Oh, thank you. Every live that I do. God, the universe, or whatever you call your higher power, sees everything you do right now. Hears everything you say right now. Reads your thoughts right now. Okay? Now, I say that every single live that I do when I get to this point in my in pillar number 1. So I asked this question. Did my asking you that question, did it bring it to the forefront of your mind to just kind of shake you up into realizing again, bringing it up, that the universe or God or the higher power sees everything you do, hears everything you say, reads your thoughts right now? So did that bring it to the forefront of anybody's mind that I said that? And that's going to cause you to really think about what you do, say, and think more carefully? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. YouTube says I got 151 people on here, so give me some responses. Come on. Come on. Did that cause you to think? And I normally get a whole ton of yeses. People saying, see, yes, Lord, yes. Okay, I get so many yeses, and it's just so refreshing. Oh, thank you, Boop. So it's just so refreshing that I kind of shook you up and made you realize that. So now, here's another thing. I told you already that you can say it out loud to the universe. And I'm going to give you 4 examples of what has actually happened on my lives. And this was when I was doing my TikTok lives. So now, say it out loud to the universe. The universe was there when it happened. I already said that. It was there. I don't know if you've thought about that. So the universe was there. It knows. So now I have 4 examples to give y'all. Example number 1. And you know what? I'm not going to give the examples yet. I'm going to show you how you forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. Then I'm going to show you I'm going to share with you the examples. So here is what you say out loud to the universe. Like I was saying, the universe was there. It was there when the mess happened to you. Okay? Universe, I forgive so and so for doing such and such to me. I'm going to repeat it. Universe, I don't care what you call your higher power. I forgive so and so for doing such and such to me. It doesn't matter what you call it. If whatever you call your higher power, that's what you say. Okay? So now, say it out loud and use your hand the way that I use mine. It symbolizes your touching spirit, your touching the universe, or you're touching whatever you call your higher power. Don't be picky about this. Just whatever you call it. Doesn't matter. You know. So now. Oh, good. Thank you. So now. The first example, I'm going to repeat that. How you do the universe of asking the universe to forgive. I'm going to do it again. Universe, I forgive so and so for doing such and such to me. Like I said, the universe was there. It knows what you're talking about. Okay? So now here's 4 examples. And I'm going to give you this. These things actually happened on my lives. The first one, this was this year on my lives. The first one was a young lady who said, I forgave my dad like that. And I immediately burst into tears. The second young lady said, I forgave myself like that. And I immediately burst into tears. And yes, you can forgive yourself like that. The universe saw you do it too, or say it, the universe saw what you did. So the universe, I forgive myself for doing such and such, okay? So now that's the second one. The third one was a young man, and he said, I forgave, and I felt my spirit shift. You see? Those are 3, and I'm going to save the 4th one for in a few minutes. So the first 2 that burst into tears, and the young man that felt his spirit shift, the reason why is because, like I told y'all, when you carry resentment and unforgiveness and grudges and all of that, it's like you are putting pressure on your spirit, on your soul, on your cells, on your blood, on your organs, on your entire being. You can't carry that stuff around and not be affected by it. It's affecting you. It can put you into bad health, for real and for sure, you see. So you must forgive. Now the 4th one, this was by a lady by the name of Patricia. She had been watching my lives. Come on, y'all, share the live. I still have a lot more time, almost 45 minutes or 50 minutes, because I would love for more people to hear the advice that I share. The advice that I share, the title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. And a lot of y'all are making y'all's lives a whole lot more difficult than they need to be, than they have to be. And the advice that I share, the 4 pillars that I share, will help you to undifficult your life. And I like to think that y'all would love for more people to hear this advice. It doesn't cost me anything. I'm loving doing this. I'm just sitting here in my lazy boy rocker recliner, here on my phone doing a live, shouting out the advice that I share and I live. I tell Pap all the time, I live a virtually stress-free life. You see? And I tell him all the time, I live an enchanted life. And I'm telling y'all how it's done. If I can do it, you can do it. And I have been gifted with the gift of being able to share how it's done. Okay? So now, virtually stress-free. Positive attitude, that's the very first thing. You must have a positive attitude, and a positive attitude is a choice. Now I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will guide you on your path to develop and maintain a positive attitude. Here are the words. The first word is joy, and I love that one because it's the first three letters of my name. Joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth and honesty, compassion, and the last word is faith. You see, so those words will help to guide you on your path to developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Okay, so now, oh, wonderful. Thanks, Boop. I got to do a screenshot out of that. Like I said. So, I'm going to tell, oh, did that helpful hand visual and the what I explained about the, where was I? I was telling y'all. Developing and maintaining a positive attitude. What was I talking about? It's always about a positive attitude, y'all. That's for sure. So it might come back. Now I'm going to tell y'all, what it was. I wanted to know if telling y'all how you can forgive either through technology or by saying it out loud to the universe. Did I convey that effectively, y'all? Come on, that's what I wanted to ask y'all. See, it came back. Come on, y'all. Did I convey that from my mind to y'all's mind? Oh, I'm going to give them to you, Alexander. I'm going to give them to you. Yeah, come on, give me some responses, y'all. Did I convey that clearly? Oh, good. The responses are coming in. Yes, wonderful. Great. So now here's something else. This is gonna knock a lot of y'all socks right on off. Let me see. I'm gonna ask you a question. Okay, here's the question. Do you know, and I only want responses that say no. Okay. I only want responses that say no. Now share the live, y'all. People are saying my socks are already blown off and wishing you and my mama, all that. Share it. Share the live, because I sure would like to be able to tell or to share. I don't tell anything. I share the advice that I have lived, and I know it works. So now, the question is, do you know that you live your life by a ratio? RATIO. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? Thank you. And I'm looking for responses that say no. Okay, come on, give me some responses, y'all. YouTube says I got 138 people on here. Selena, I already said I only want responses that say no. Thank you. Share and subscribe. I appreciate it. Good. Okay, good deal. Yeah, okay. So now, I'm going to fully explain what a ratio is, okay? Okay. I understand. She said that she's a math teacher. Okay. All right. So, all right. I'm going to put Sabrina in timeout. And mind your own business, Sabrina. When you come back in here, if you come back in here bold and out of the pocket like that, you will be removed. I can remove you my damn self, okay? So there. Now, here's a ratio. A ratio, ratio. Okay, now, good. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely help you. I said it will definitely help you. Okay, Kyle, that's all right, then, not fine. To better control your life. You hear me? A ratio is a simple tool that will definitely help you to better control your life. I'm going to fully explain it. You are in control. You and you alone control your ratio. Come on, y'all, share the live. You and you alone can adjust your ratio. If you set your ratio too high, you can lower it. If you set it too low, you can raise it. Now, for those of you that are still on my lives, on this live, don't come off bold and put in all these bold ass comments, because my moderators are going to remove you. And you are the kind of people that really need to listen to what I have to say, the advice that I have to share. If you're doing that kind of ugly stuff, you really should change the way you think and behave. So it's not paying off for you. That's clear. You wouldn't be doing what you're doing if it's paying off for you. So it's a very ugly person. It's a very ugly way to be. So those of you who are on here still, if I continue to get that, but you're going to be removed. So, okay, if you don't mind, I don't mind. Okay, now enough of that. Now, ratio. Thanks, Bill. Here, the ratio, like I said, if you set it too low, you can raise it. If you set it too high, you can lower it. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely help you to better control your life. Now I'm going to use my ratio as an example. My ratio is 80-20. Okay? 80-20. 80% of the time, I am very happy being in the positive attitude mode. And 20% of the time, I'm okay. I didn't say I was happy. I'm okay with being in the negative attitude mode. Now, keep this in mind, y'all, math teacher. Nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time. I don't preach, I share. And nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Therefore, we live our lives by a ratio. You control your ratio. You understand? Yes, you control it. 80-20 is mine. I don't own that. Some people, you chose that the same too, 80-20. I've had people on my lives that chose 75-25, 60-40. See? So now I'm going to show you how you control it as well. See, I go the whole route. I'm going to give you examples that you can relate to. Okay, so now you already know about the ratio. Okay, you got to set yours. Yours can be 80-20. I don't own it, like I said. So now that means, like I told y'all, nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time. Nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Therefore, you live your life by a ratio. And if you didn't know you live your life by a ratio, you probably lean more towards the negative because you're not controlling it, you see? Now, that means mine is 80-20. That means that 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write. 80% of the time, I do what is right, what is fair, what is honest, what is considerate, what is kind, all of these positive things, okay? 80% of the time, I'm in the positive attitude mode. Back over to the 20%. We all got to have some portion. You know, like I said, nothing's 100% on either side. So the 20% negative mode, as long as you do not involve three things, you're okay when you are in your negative attitude mode. The three things are: one, you cannot be physically abusive with anybody. You cannot throw things. Two, you cannot be verbally abusive. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And three, this one is one of my viewers, her username is Midnight. Oh, I am very focused. User's name is Midnight. She asked me to include word tone of voice. She asked me to include tone of voice. So I'm very happy to do that because it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. You understand? So those three things can never be included when you are in your negative attitude mode. You cannot, number one, you cannot be physically abusive to anybody. You can't hit people. You can't throw things. Number two, you can't be verbally abusive to anybody. You can't cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And then number three, you cannot use an ugly tone of voice. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. You see? And now I just remember that I did not go through the fourth example when I was telling y'all how you can forgive by saying it out loud. I didn't give y'all that fourth example. I remember now. See, it came. Look, that's that. I'm really proud of myself. that went back a whole lot of conversations, a whole lot of sentences, and I retrieved it. And I remember that I didn't give y'all the fourth example of being out forgiving. Okay, so the fourth one is a lady by the name of Patricia. She had been watching my lives, and this is talking about forgiving, y'all. She had been watching my lives, and she was holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. Oh, thank you. Over 40 years, she'd been holding a grudge. So she'd been watching my lives, and you know I'm always talking about forgiveness. She forgave her mother. She didn't say what it was and all of that, but and this past Mother's Day, they spent it together. She came up as a guest on my live and shared with us how wonderful it was that she forgave her mother. And boy, oh boy, I got so full, I just absolutely, it would warm my heart so much to know that the advice that I share had done that for her and her mother. So beautiful thing, wonderful. So that's back to the forgiveness. Now, the ratio, back to the ratio. See, I remember where I was. I sniff rosemary all day long, y'all. So it's supposed to help with your memory, you know? And so I sniff rosemary all day long. The dried, I go to, the supermarket, just buy a little bottle. And I pour it into another thing and I sniff it. And it's supposed to be good for your memory, okay? So I'm thinking it's working on me. So, but now I'm back to the ratio, okay? Now, I'm going to give y'all an example. And this is what, you can use this example You can take this example and place it on any behavior that you have. And, okay. Yeah, I like coconut. I mean, yeah, peppermint. Okay, that's good. So place this example on any behavior that you have. You cannot change anybody else's behavior, and that's part of what I think is wrong with this world. Um, People are trying to change other people's behaviors, and let me tell you something. When you are trying to change somebody else's behavior, they know that. They may or may not say it, but they know it. They can feel it. All of that. Yeah, vibes pass through the air. Okay, be aware of all of this stuff, y'all. So when you're trying to change somebody else's behavior, think about the fact that they are probably looking cross-eyed at you, saying, "What the hell? Why don't you change your own behavior? Why don't you work on yourself?" And you see, I'm going to tell y'all right now, the world would be a lot better place if we each worked on improving our own behavior. Because let me tell you something now. You cannot change other people's behavior. You can't do it. And that's what I think is wrong with a lot of these relationships and all of that stuff. Okay, so now you can change your own behavior. And here's the program I'm going to see. I got it back. I'm going to tell y'all how you write a program to change any behavior that you have. I'm going to give you this example. And that just means you take this example and you put it on any behavior that you have to change whatever behavior you want to change. Here is the example I'm going to present to y'all. It's a false example. I don't do this, but I'm using it as an example so y'all can see how you apply your ratio. Now, here's the behavior, and then I'm going to tell y'all the program that I write to change the behavior. Here's the behavior, which is not true. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Now, here is the program that I write. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. Then tomorrow comes and you eat 10 cookies. Days come, weeks, months, whatever, you're still eating 10 cookies. Here is what the ratio does for you. 80% of the time, I will eat 10 cookies. You see? 20% of the time, I can go back up to 11 cookies. I can even go back up to 12. But most of the time, I am going to honor the program that I wrote. At least 80% of the time, I'm going to honor the program that I wrote. You see? That is how your ratio helps you to better control your life. You got that? Ah, thank you, Harsh. So, very simple. You have to take control. And a positive attitude, I'm telling y'all, positive attitude works wonders in your life. Almost nothing good. I can't think of anything good that has come from a negative attitude. I can't think of anything. So you must have a positive attitude. It'll get you a lot farther in this life. So now, I told you all about the ratio. Told you about how you write a program. Don't forget now, the way you develop and maintain a positive attitude is you say it out loud. You write the program, and here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Okay, and then put your feet on the path to do just that. I told you how you do it. Pillar number 2. I'm thinking now, have I finished all of that? So here, I'm going to give you this other helpful hand visual. This is a negative attitude. Negative attitude. This is spirit and inner peace. You must have a positive attitude in order for spirit and inner peace to come to you. Now, when you come in, this is a negative attitude. Here comes spirit and inner peace. They cannot get through. A negative attitude repels spirit. A negative attitude repels inner peace. You must have a positive attitude to get them. Here's a positive attitude. Okay? Positive attitude. Now you can see what's going to happen. Here comes spirit, here comes inner peace. Look, it gets through, and not only does it get through, it turns around and encases your entire being in positivity. You see? So, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Now, Spirit came to me in the month of June and said, Joyce, there's such a thing as outer peace. Oh, you're very welcome. Outer peace. And I said, huh? Yeah, Spirit said, there's such a thing as outer peace. I'd never heard of outer peace before. Spirit said, inner peace can never be disturbed, can never be destroyed. Outer peace can be disturbed, can be destroyed. For instance, outer peace. If you are trying to sleep or study or something like that, and somebody is making noises in the same room or down the hall or downstairs or upstairs or across the street, whatever, that is disturbing your outer peace. So there are laws probably on every state in this country on the books for disturbing the peace. You can call the cops on people for disturbing the peace, you see? That is the outer peace. Now, if there's anybody in your family that's disturbing your peace, and it's usually going to be your outer peace, nobody should be allowed to disturb your peace. That includes your mama. I'm going to tell you how you deal with that kind of stuff. Always positively, okay? Now, people who are in your family disturbing your peace, and it's typically your family, you tell them, I love you, I truly do, I really do love you, but when you do such and such, or when you say such and such, it disturbs my peace. You tell them that. You have to protect your peace. So they are not obligated to change their behavior, but you're obligated to tell them. So watch them, give them enough time to change their behavior. Oh, thank you. And if they don't, then you come back at them and you say, now, you know, I told y'all, I love y'all dearly, but when y'all say such and such, or when y'all do such and such, that disturbs my peace. I told y'all that, and y'all still doing it. So that leaves me no choice. I must protect my peace. And if you don't protect your peace, who else will, okay? So I must protect my peace. So I give y'all three options. Option one, I must feed y'all with a long-handled spoon. Option two, I must love y'all from a distance. Or option three, I have to stop coming around y'all, okay? Oh, it's not negative at all. You gave them fair warning, so then you choose, or you can come up with your own option for. But don't allow people to disturb your peace. And if it's your mama that's disturbing your peace, here she is, your mama disturbing your peace. Here you are getting your peace disturbed. And this is all after you make that program, write that program, and you say, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. This is all after you do that. So if your mama's doing it, you say to her, Mama, I love you dearly. I truly do. But when you do such and such, or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Now, some mamas will come back and say, what peace? Or you ain't got no peace. So that's okay. That's mama. She's the reason why you're on this earth. So leave her alone, okay? Now, when you wrote that program, you raised your vibration. Here's your mama. She's still down here doing it. And here you are way up here. It doesn't bother you anymore. You're no longer on this vibration, on this frequency. You're way up here on this vibration, on this frequency. Your mama's still down here doing it, but it doesn't bother you anymore because you're on a different frequency. Get off those low frequencies. You see? That's all you got to do. And when your spirit and your soul hear you say that and you work towards that end, you'll get help. all along the way. You see? Yeah, you protect your peace by not reacting. They're not responsible for your reactions. You are. So, now, that is the way you deal with your mama or anybody else inner peace. Now, pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you do that, but I always start with the toddler. If toddlers, when they ask for a cookie, tell them I'll give you that cookie in 5 minutes. Put yourself on a timer, give the toddler the cookie in 5 minutes, and then do that several times, 5 minutes still on the timer. Use the timer all the way through this little exercise of training. Then stretch it to 10 minutes. Same thing, several times, and stretch it to 15, all the way up to an hour or more. Excuse me, I'm gonna get some tea. Not only will you be teaching the toddler how to be patient, you will also be teaching the toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. And it's a wonderful blessing to have a patient toddler. Spirit came to me and told me, you can, Joyce, you can share this exercise with your viewers. They can teach themselves how to feel elapsed time, how to feel time. So I'm sure some of you are interested. So I'm going to count to 10 while I drink some more of my tea and give you time to get paper and something to write with. Okay, I'm going to count to 10 while I drink my tea. Excuse me. Okay. Now, on that piece of paper, write down the time it is right now, wherever your time zone is. Okay, good. Then put the paper away. And at some point later, doesn't matter how much time, but some point later, try to guess what time it is at that point. You see? And do that many times throughout the day. I don't need paper and pencil or whatever, you know. But you won't need it either if you keep doing that. You will teach yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. And another thing you can do, excuse me, is before you get out of the bed, if you use an alarm clock, hey, Florida, try to guess. If you wake up before the alarm goes off, try to guess what time it is. You know, so just make it a game. You will be teaching yourself how to feel time. You'll be in tune with the second hand of the clock, constantly ticking. That's what it does. Can you use that exercise? Come on, give me some input. Give me some responses, y'all. Can y'all use that exercise? Come on. Come on, y'all. YouTube says I now have 97 people on here. Okay, thanks, Kyle. Come on, can you use that? Thank you. Okay, good. Okay, thanks, Honda Accord. Thanks, VL. Good, thank y'all. So, now, if you are 10 years old or older, thanks for the responses. You can teach yourself how to increase your level of patience. You can increase it yourself. Write a program, say it out loud. I am teaching myself patience. I am learning how to increase my own level of patience. You see? And the way you do it is you make yourself wait, especially if it's something that you are fiending for, something that you normally would give yourself immediate gratification for. Hey, London, England. So make yourself wait. And if you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, that's beautiful, wonderful, because it means that you are stronger than it was, and you are teaching yourself patience. You don't want it anymore. That's beautiful. So that is the way you teach yourself patience if you are 10 years old or older. Now, back to the toddlers. If you are raising toddlers, I highly recommend this book. I am also an author. This one is Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. I had it translated into Spanish. Madre Docena, and I can't speak Spanish, but here. Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. Come on, y'all, share the live. I still have at least 15 more minutes on here. So, and I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. This book is 48 pages. It's available at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. This book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire for real. It's 48 pages and it's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. Go to goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. The link is in my profile. And there are 3 price categories: $7.99, $9.99, and $12.99. Okay? That's the highest price that we have. This book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire for real. Okay, so now I told you how you increase your level of patience if you are 10 years old or older, and I also told you how you do it when you are raising toddlers. Then pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm. You must stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You lose power when you become angry, frustrated, agitated, all of that. And you probably can feel yourself losing power because you're blustering around, and you're frantically moving and all of that stuff, So stay calm. And Spirit came to me and gave me these 2 helpful hand visuals. Spirit told me to use the word neurons, and I did one of my lives, TikTok lives this year. I had never used the word neurons before, but Spirit said to use the word neurons. I had a vague familiarity with the part of the brain, okay? So I was talking about staying calm as opposed to becoming angry. So when you're calm, your neurons are going, they're flowing. They're communicating with each other, all of that, just smooth. When you are angry, Spirit gave me both of those. This one I just did, and now Spirit gave me this. When you're angry, this is what your neurons are doing. Oh my goodness. You see? So don't do that to yourself. Stay calm. Then later that night, Spirit came back and said, look up what neurons do. Honest to goodness, it really shocked me. I don't know if I've ever experienced that before. But Spirit came back and told me to look up what neurons do. So here, and I Googled it. I obeyed. I Googled it. So here is what Google said. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. That's what neurons do. That's why you cannot think straight when you're angry, agitated, or whatever. That's why you can't make good choices, good decisions, because your neurons are out of whack. So the next time you start feeling yourself becoming angry, think about your neurons. You want them to be calm like this. Think about that. Not this. You see? You see? Don't do that to yourself. Control. There's power, and I hope that helpful hand visual showed you something. Come on, give me some responses. Did it show you as opposed to calm, as opposed to angry? Come on. Yes. Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Come on, y'all. Oh, good. Yes, wonderful. Great. That's what I like. Okay, good. I'm glad to know I'm reaching some folks. Good to do. Okay. So now, um, that is increase your level of patience. That was stay calm. Pillar number 4, because I told y'all, the next time you get angry, think about your neurons. Let them do this, not this. Okay, so now, pillar number 4. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, anger, any of those ugly things that are inside of you. And those 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Nothing in life is permanent, y'all. No situation, no scenario is permanent. We even use the word pass when we're talking about death. We'll say he passed last week, she passed yesterday. You see? So this too shall pass. The next time your mama is chewing you out, the next time your daddy is chewing you out, they cannot read your mind. Remember that. They can't read your mind. So stand there or sit there and be getting chewed out and think to yourself, this too shall pass. She ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Or this too shall pass. He ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. You see? This too shall pass. Nothing lasts. When you remember those 4 words, they will get you through probably 90% of the anguish that you are in at that particular time. Remember those words. This too shall pass. Okay? So now, those are the 4 pillars, y'all. And I hope that y'all got something out of them. This too shall pass. Yes. So, the 4 pillars: develop and maintain a positive attitude. All grandmas say that. I'm 81 years old, and my grandma said that. My mama said that too. So I say it all the time. This too shall pass. Don't be getting angry. I don't ever get angry. Not I get pissed off, but I don't. Anger serves no useful purpose. Why get angry? It serves no useful purpose for anybody. So develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I told you exactly how you do that. Write the program. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Okay, pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. And I told you exactly how you do that. You make yourself wait. And you write that program, you say it out loud. I am learning how to increase my own level of patience. I am making myself wait. Okay, wonderful. Pillar number 3, stay calm. There's tremendous power, law. Oh my God, y'all. So much power. You got to stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry. So don't do that to yourself. Then pillar number 4, remember the 4 words. This too shall pass. Okay? Now, if y'all got something out of this live, and I hope you did, and I hope somebody will do a video or a post and tag me or mention me or whatever the word would be. So, if you got, and tell people what you got out of this live, what you got out of the advice that I share, how you intend to use the advice that I share. Okay. Okay, bye, Ryan. He's gone. I don't tolerate silliness, you know. So, oh, good. Thank you. See, those are y'all's comments make up for the idiots on here, you know. So now, like I said, if you enjoyed this live, if you got something out of it, I do them Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. to 5:30 or 5:35, thereabouts a.m., okay, Pacific time. And spread the word for me. Help me to get the word out. The advice that I share will definitely help y'all to, okay, wonderful. I appreciate that. It will definitely help y'all to undifficult your life. Now, I always close down my lives with this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. It's 90 pages, It's 167 quotes that I coined. I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. Oh, and it's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. And the link is in my profile. Okay, so now, I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. And that quote states, "Never lose your hope and faith." Thanks, Koki. Never lose your hope and faith. I coined this, my first quote, in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Sherrard Junior High School. Ninth graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates, and that's what I said. You're very welcome, Ebony. I don't remember saying it, and I didn't know that I was coining a quote. I was 15 years old, okay? And so I'm going to read y'all a quote that I know I was coining a quote, and I remember saying it. This was for a quote contest in 2011 or 13, and it was for a calendar, so they needed 12 quotes. And I coined the quote and then submitted it to the contest. And it won as one of 12 for the calendar out of over 5,000 entries. And I post this quote to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. Here's the quote, and it's on page 11 of my Simple Quotes to Live By. Here's the quote. "It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream." I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Chase your dreams. Yeah, chase your dreams, everybody. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can, and you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, and don't you poo-poo anybody else's. So chase your dream. Now, this book, I'm going to read y'all a 5-star review. Brian, he said this. "This is a great book to help open your mind. There are an unlimited amount of resources to learn from. You get wisdom, positivity, self-discipline, appreciation for being alive, and so much more in this easy read. This is a book you will save and review over and over again. I highly recommend buying the hard copy of it so you can write in it and highlight quotes that speak to you. This is a must-have." And he has must-have in all caps with a lot of exclamation marks. So now I'm going to show y'all. The book is formatted, like I told you, it's 90 pages. And this is what's on page 90. So pages 6 to 89, I'm going to open up the floor, and y'all tell me page numbers you want me to read, and I'll read the 2 quotes on that page. Give me some page numbers, y'all. In the meantime, if y'all enjoyed this live, do a video or a post and tell everybody what you got out of it, how you're going to use it, whatever, however what the Spirit moves you. All right, for CT, page 20. At the top, ignorance of history is ignorance of self. At the bottom of page 20, what can you do to make the world a better place? Okay. Can you live by those quotes? Page 16 for Barbara. At the top of page 16, what is a miracle? Proof that God exists. At the bottom of page 16, if you're not the perfect man, stop looking for the perfect woman. If you're not the perfect woman, stop looking for the perfect man. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay. Oops. Page 80 for Wendy. Okay, page 80, at the top of page 80. Oops. If only we would remember that we are all children of God. At the bottom of page 80. Don't dread getting older. What's the alternative? Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay, Precious, I'm only going to do page 21. I told you page 6 to 89. So page 21 for Precious. Hold on. Okay, page 21. At the top of page 21, children are watching and listening to you. Be careful what you let them see and hear. At the bottom of page 21, ever wonder what God thinks when he looks at the world? Okay. Page 32 for Sofri. Page 32. At the top of page 32, be a great guest. Your host should be sorry to see you leave. At the bottom of page 32, we all take different routes, but the end of life's road is the same for everyone. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay, page 12 for Low. Page 12 at the top. Strive for excellence, not perfection. At the bottom of page 12, if they serve no other purpose, unkind people show you how not to be. Can y'all live by those quotes? Come on, y'all. Can y'all live by those quotes? All right, I'm gonna get off of here at 5:40, so I got 3 more minutes. Give me some more page numbers, y'all. And I'm just giving y'all a taste of what these quotes are, you know? I coined them all. I coined my first one when I was 15. Yeah, oh, good. So you can live. That's why I coined them. And now, if y'all like these quotes, now, okay, page 60. At the top of page 60, hugs and kisses are good for the soul. At the bottom of page 60, the time you spend feeling sorry for yourself is time you lose improving yourself. Okay. Page 32, that was for Wendy. Page 32 for Frank. At the top of page 32, oh, I already read that one, Frank. Be a great guest. Your host should be sorry to see you leave. At the bottom of page 32, we all take different routes, but the end of life's road is the same for everyone. Now, this is y'all for information only. If y'all enjoyed these quotes, I'm on TikTok. I have JJ Fields. J, the letter J, the letter J. JJ Fields, Fields, and the number 7. I still have subscription, but I've moved from TikTok over to YouTube because TikTok increased the price for their subscriptions. But if you are willing to do that, to subscribe, I have 125 subscriber-only videos up where I further expand on the reasons why I coined the quote, what the quote means to me. So if anybody is really that crazy about quotes, you can go over there and subscribe and get access to 125 subscriber-only videos that I did. So that's just for those of you who really love quotes. So 125 videos up that I have. So the books are available at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile, goodshortbooks.com. So I want to thank y'all for joining my live. Yes, there are 11 nonfiction books at goodshortbooks.com. My sister wrote 1 and I wrote 10. They will delight you. They will entertain you. They will motivate you. They will inspire you. They will encourage you. They are true to the website's name, Good and short, goodshortbooks.com. The longest book we have is 167 pages. And that includes 22 pages of pictures and 22 pages of recipes. That's the very first book that I wrote. So go check it out. Most of the time I spend sharing the advice. Now, I share the website with the books so that the books are flying off the shelves, y'all, because people are coming onto my lives and they're learning about the books. So, and the books make fabulous gifts. The genres are memoirs, they're all nonfiction, memoirs, parenting, relationships. I told y'all me and Pap have been together for 68 years, so I wrote a book about that. Not about that, but it's about keeping relationships healthy. Children's education, fairy tales. My fairy tale is nonfiction because it deals with a very serious subject. Bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. And the link is in my profile, y'all. So check it out. Thank you for joining my live, and I'll be back tomorrow. Bring somebody else with you. Okay, thank you. Later, y'all. Implement those 4 pillars in your life and watch it undifficult itself, okay? Positive attitude. Later, y'all.